Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, we're going to start our session now. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line. And also be comfortable with your posture. And gently close your eyes and focus your mind to this bell sound. Also, while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, as you know, in this ongoing meditation session, we mainly practice tranquility meditation, which we call in Pali samatha, and insight meditation called vipassana meditation. So mostly we take as our primary mental object our own inhalation, exhalation. So when you observe the inhalation, exhalation, and slowly it takes you to develop your insight meditation, and we call vipassana meditation. In the vipassana meditation, there are 4 foundations. One is called kayanupassana, contemplating the body. So in another way, when you observe the kayanupassana, one is that you observe your physical body. So another way, when you observe your inhalation, exhalation, you recognize your entire whole breath body, recognizing this is inhalation, this is exhalation. So you recognize the breathing through the sensation, but it related to your body. So that sensation come out of the inhalation, exhalation. So inhalation, exhalation also another way is called body. One inhalation is one breath body. One exhalation is one breath body. So that way also you recognizing the kayanupassana. When you contemplate inhalation, exhalation, one inhalation when you completely recognize as inhalation, it seems like you recognizing your body. Why? Because that without that inhalation, this body cannot happen like this way. So other thing is deeply that inhalation connected to this body, and while you observing little by little, when the mind becomes sharper and clear, what will happen? You start to feel this whole body with that inhalation and exhalation. So that means you recognizing the body with the inhalation, exhalation. So that's kayanupassana. And another way you can practice is in the beginning, you observe the posture, your body, the physical structure. Mentally, you recognize it. And while you're recognizing that way, what will happen? You're going to see the rhythm of the inhalation, exhalation. So that also Kayanupassana. So the both way, you can come from the inhalation, then you're going to see the body, and you can observe the body, and then you're going to see the inhalation or exhalation. So that is Kayanupassana. And another thing is when we observe the whole breath body, you have to remember it is not that there are some people explain the whole breath body as the beginning is the in front of your nose, the middle is the chest, and it as your abdominal area. So exhalation, beginning, abdominal area, middle, chest, end, tip of your nose. So that is not what the whole breath body means. So from here, when the inhalation as air start to go in, so because we're not going to see inside our body, we not go following the inhalation, exhalation. So observing the breath body means, so as example, this is entire breathing, one inhalation. So your mind here, you watching. So then the beginning, this point is the beginning. And then you observe how the breathing go in. You don't go with the breathing like this. So if you go with the breathing, then you going to visualize about your body inside, and you start to go with the abdominal area. So like that way. That way you cannot stay in one place, because with the object you also moving. That way you cannot develop unmovable the awareness. So what you have to do, without going following inhalation, exhalation, just keep the focus to this area and stay there. So when the inhalation start, that start point take as beginning, and when it follow, recognize the middle, and once the breathing disappear from here, that is the end. So that is one thing. Observing that is also related to the Kayanupassana. Another thing is, sometimes deeply, because this breathing connected to our mind. So mostly in the beginning, suddenly you cannot drop the connection with the mind. So what will happen then when you observe naturally, sometimes in your mind, you're going to visualize or think about it, or sometimes deeply in your subconscious mind, you breathing, because you want to keep the sensation. And if it is happen naturally, the sensation become more sharp, but you want to make it more rough and feel it. So that is a psychological, behavior. So then what you do, you close your eyes and then you focus to this place. Listen this very carefully. So you focus to this place and you look for the sensation. And naturally it doesn't happen. Then what you do, subconsciously you create the inhalation, exhalation. You become so happy. Why? Because you feel the sensation. You focus to that, but you don't see you focusing and you pushing your inhalation, exhalation, pulling and pushing it. So don't do that. Just allow it to happen naturally. So when it happens naturally, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation, this is inhalation, this is exhalation. And then long, short, long inhalation, short inhalation. So like that, in the beginning, inhalation, exhalation, and then the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is the beginning, middle, end. And then some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like that. what will happen after that? So that all 3 steps related to Kayanupassana. And after that, what will happen? Slowly, when the mind become more sharp and connected to the primary mental object, slowly the physical structure start to disappear. And other thing is that your breathing become more shallow and more soft. So if we, in the beginning, if you felt like heavy breathing, then slowly it become more shallow and more soft. And in a certain level anymore, even though you don't feel the entire whole breathing process, you just come to the tiny sensation. And now, and other thing is, in that level, you don't feel that your physical body. Slowly, because once the mind completely come to the primary mental object, what will happen? Mentally, the physical structure start to disappear. It happened to even with the outside object also. You can do, as example, if you start to look tip of this pen, if you keep looking, and in the beginning you see a lot of object around it, but when your focus become more sharp, clear, what will happen? Little by little, you're going to see only this point. This other, everything become empty or dark, or maybe kind of like a light, or it become completely neutral, and this only this point become visible. So same like now you focusing to this. So what will happen? That other everything start to neutralize. This point, only this place become visible to your mind, connected to your mind, feel to your mind. So that is kind of like a Vedananupassana. Now through the breathing. Why? Because now in your mind you get only the sensation, not the body. So that also come to the Vedananupassana. And in case anywhere in your body, before you reach to that, sometimes any sensation become higher than this place. That way also you can get. So both way. In the beginning, you can observe, scan, and recognize the sensation in your body. And then you can go to breathing here, or you stay here with the breathing and you completely come to focus to the sensation, and then you naturally, you drop that everything and you stay here. And while you're staying here, that sensation also, little by little, little by little, start to become soft. And a certain level, the sensation also disappear. So that is little bit, you have to keep practice to that. Anymore, you don't feel inhalation as inhalation or exhalations kind of like that way. Even certain level, you don't feel the sensation, but still the breathing happen. You know that, but it is not through the sensation. Sensation anymore not going to happen. So in the beginning, breathing happen and drop it, you come to sensation. And now when the mind become more sharp and clear, the sensation also disappear. Then how you recognize? Through the mind. Now mind fully activated with the moment. So in that level, it's kind of like sometimes, you're sleeping, but you're not sleeping. And this everything happening around you, but at the same time, you're not awake. So that, but I just gave an example because this is mentally you have to experience. Don't think like you come to a sleeping state. No, mentally, that inhalation, exhalation happens, but at the same time, in that level, you going to see your mind. You can see only your mind. That mind is totally different than the mind that we mostly know in day-to-day life. Because in day-to-day life, as mind, how you know you think? You need outside objects to see or think or visualize like that way. That is the mind we knows. But here, now any outside object or the perception not going to disturb to us. Then completely your mind going to be there. So that mind is completely different than this objective related mind. So then chittanupassana, that is where you're going to see the thoughts clearly. That is through the breathing, how you can come to that level. And another way, so while you're observing, sitting, and if there is a thought come, you recognize it as a thought without responding to it. Just observing and recognize it as a thought. So that way also you enter into the chittanupassana. And then after the chittanupassana, after you see the thoughts, what happened? Now you recognizing, oh, that the lust arise, greed arise, anger arise with the thoughts. Now you see it. It's same like you see the clear sky. If the clouds go in that sky, you recognize it. So like that, in your mind, whatever the thought arise, not with the outside help, just within yourself, you recognize the very nature of the thought, chittanupassana. And at the same time, now you're recognizing this everything happening according to necessary conditions, not because of somebody doing it or putting something like playing cards. And when the time comes, when your turn comes, you put the card. It is not like that in your mind. So the things happen according to necessary conditions related to your mind, and things happen with the sensation related to your body. Dhammanupassana. So see, through the inhalation, exhalation, you can go that way deeply to Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana. And another way is observing the body in the beginning. So Kayanupassana, you directly come, you tranquilize the mind and you come to the body and observe the body. So from there, you go to Dhammanupassana, step by step. But somehow when it comes to Vipassana, finally you end with the 5 aggregates: form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. Now already you went through that step by step. But now deeply you go to the depth of the Dharma. So that is unsatisfactory nature and impermanent and selflessness. So those are the things finally we experience moment by moment. So this all happening inside us. Remember, this is what really happening. So the meditation is not what you trying to do something or not what you try to gain something. Meditation is not you creating something or you manipulate anything. The Vipassana meditation means, listen this very carefully. Vipassana meditation means you see things exactly as it is. That's it. Completely naturally, organic experience you gain. In day-to-day life, it is not like that. So that is what the nature we build up already. What? We create situations. Mentally, physically, materially, we create situations. Because of that habit, now we cannot observe the natural process because of this habitual pattern. So the meditation means in the beginning, you drop that all the patterns, methods, ideas, thoughts that we carry in day-to-day life. And naturally, you start to simply observe and see what is there. So in the beginning then, just see what you experience in the moment. So you have to learn to see what is in front of you in this very moment. That is the skill. If you want to go deeper, that is the skill that you have, because what you see in this very moment clearly, once you're able to see, that experience will take you a little bit deeper. That experience take you a little bit deeper. So like that, without counting 1, 0 or 1, you cannot go to 2 or 5 or 9. But mostly in day-to-day life, what the mistake we does? From childhood, what the mistake we does? When we want to count 0 to 9, we forget the 0. That is the most of the world. People don't care 0 when it comes first. When it comes last, everybody happy about it. But when it comes first, we don't care about it. But that is where we have to begin. So 0, first, the 1, 2, 3, like that we have to go. But we like to count 9. We like to jump to the 9. And we like to experience everything, but we don't like to see what is in front of us. And other thing is the effort. Our mind, we use mostly half of the mind, other half somewhere else. Because if you use fully attention, you're going to see this, because this is not belong to anybody. It is there within yourself, and no one can stop it. Just it's your own inner nature. Disturb it. Hindrance means not coming from somewhere else. Mostly we are kind of like, we want to put our both hands in our pockets and try to climb the ladder. So putting your hands on the pockets, how you going to climb the ladder? Take it out. Use it. So like that, bring all the energy, count all the blessings when you sit. Bring all the maximum effort, awareness, moment, 1 minute enough. Even we carry for 10 minutes, sometimes 15 minutes. It's mostly 1 minute enough for you. Why? Because once you reach to that 1 minute, from there, you will know how to go. So I can help only just, and the gear, showing the path and helping and giving some guidance. But yourself, it is your responsibility to bring that 1 minute experience. Once you have it, it's going to go with you. So then remember, bring the maximum effort and start from the beginning point. So don't look ahead. Just look within and go with that experience. So today in the beginning, we're going to observe the inhalation, exhalation. And then from there, so we observe, recognizing this is inhalation, this is exhalation. And then observe the entire continuation. Remember, it is in front of your nose. Don't go anywhere else. Sometimes you may see your belly moving up and down. Don't focus to that. Stay with it here. And some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, like that. In case, if you feel your inhalation, exhalation, if you hear the sound yourself, so slow down it. Make it more soft, relax, calm it down. So that means internally your mind involving with that. That's why you hear that. So bring it to more natural process. So then recognize inhalation, exhalation clearly. And then in a certain level, if you experience the body and observe it and how the body also follow that inhalation, exhalation, this head to toes, entire body as one. With the inhalation, exhalation, you may experience. So, and other thing is, in case if you come to a point, so don't try to get into, just allow it to happen. In case if you drop this everything and come to a point, the body, no more you feel, you see or you feel the body, you feel only the sensation. Stay there with that. Focus to it. Go deeper and recognize. So from there, and sometimes you start to see even that sensation drop, you can come to a point to see the mind. So if you're able to see the mind and see the very nature of the thoughts and the related to the greed, hatred, or the delusion, or the loving kindness, compassion, or the wisdom. So like that, somehow out of this anything, the one thought will be there. So recognize the quality and the nature of the thought without responding to it. And while you're observing that, now you become very clear with the form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. So no any visualizing body or body image with you. It is just only the moment of experience. That experience means form, feeling, sensation, formation, recognition. So whatever, if it is a sensation, or if it is a form, or if it is a feeling, or if it is a recognition, so whatever, with that experience, just see how it changed, impermanent. And unsatisfactory nature means in the moment of that experience, what you feel going to change in that very moment. With the change, that the how you feel it also going to go to some feeling. Maybe this become very comfortable. In the very next moment, that comfort going to go away. Unsatisfactory nature. Deeply, it like a current, keep going. And selflessness. This is happening naturally according to necessary conditions. And other than that, there is no that I or myself or somebody else doing this. So deeply observe. And finally, you will recognize that moment by moment, this whole experience, just the phenomena, just the mind, just thought, and the deeper level of it is the sanskar. So let's practice a little bit. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. Scan head to toes 3 times yourself. And say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge in this moment with this sitting. May my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and later recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Keep focus to the inhalation, exhalation. Allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself naturally. Follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Knowingly, this is the beginning, this is the middle, this is the end. Also, you may experience some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize. What do you feel as a body or sensation? It's moment by moment change. Whatever you experience, this whole phenomena or mental formations, observe the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within any experience come to you. Also know that experiencer is not I or me, that's the mind. So the mind depends on phenomena. It has a natural behavior. Bring your attention to your body. Keep your mind focused in front of your nose and your upper lip area a little bit. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, your village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this with clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion. From the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, for you, the best friend that you carry in this sansaric journey is your consciousness or your awareness or your mind. Even though you have husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, and families, always remember your mind is the most important place. If you strengthen your mind with necessary qualities, it always going to go with you. It's going to become greatest investment for your sansara. So then, even though you spend time to others, remember it is important you spend some time for you also. Why? Because if you keep the clarity, and you will see how beautiful this life and how valuable this life. This is what happening when your mind is not clear. The visibility of the mind going to become very poor. And when the visibility become poor, the ability is going to become minor. Then you always developing very dependable life. Always you need the help. So then you become a kind of like a debtor. So that is not good for a human being. If it is an animal, it is okay because that is their way. But as a human being, you have so much power, and that all depend on your mind. What we experience, this everything is our mind. So when you keep your mind clear, sometimes there are very beautiful thought arise. It not happen all the time. Suddenly, it like thunder. Suddenly there are thoughts arise. If that thoughts, if you can catch, it can lead you to wisdom. It develop your awareness, it develop your mental abilities. When the mind is not clear, what will happen, even though that thoughts arise, that you don't see it. That's why sometimes people keep the journal and keep writing every day, keep writing. They're not going to publish that all. But after a while, they collect and they recognize there are certain ideas came to them. And that ideas never going to happen to them again. And even they have no idea how that came to them. So it happened to you also. So whatever the direction that you go with your life, always remember, it's in your hand. You are the pilot of your flight. So whatever the destination, it depends on you. It's not like it doesn't matter how luxurious the ship that you have. maybe you have very beautiful cruise, ship with all the facilities. If the captain is crazy and doesn't know where to go and how to handle the ship, what will happen? The same like the captain is your mind, your consciousness. So then you have to remember, if the captain is wiser, if the captain is stronger and know where to go and how to handle the situations, and you can have a very good journey, voyage. But at the same time, you have all the facilities with you. But if you don't know what to do, how to use it, what's the point? So then always remember, your mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief, mind is the creator. And little by little develop art to look the mind, go into the mind and see the mind, recognize the behavior of the mind. And once you recognize that, then you can get anything out of that. Not about this conventional, because the conventional facilities, happiness is very limited, even though we need it. It is very necessary for us. But when it comes to the mind, you have to have a higher purpose beyond these conventional things. And that is why we always remind to keep your higher purpose, keep as your higher purpose, liberation or the Nibbana or salvation, or your enlightenment. That's worth for you. Even at least if you remind it, keep repeating it and using 1 minute per day, little by little, with this all the up and downs in your life, one day you're going to reach to that place. And sometimes, suddenly, maybe there are opportunities come to you. It's like a rainbow appears. It's like a thunder. It's like sometimes you see that there are stars come, we can see it visible after 100 years, maybe after 800 years, 1,000 years. Once a while you can see it. So like that, there are certain moments come in your life. But the important thing is, when it appears, you have to catch it. Otherwise, it will pass. It will go away. So like that in day-to-day life, mostly what we do, knowingly or unknowingly, we catch a lot of unnecessary thoughts related to greed, hatred, delusion, anger, jealousy, so fear, so like that. We hold it to that. Little by little, we collecting. We harboring our mind related to that kind of thoughts. So when you become mindful in the beginning, so what you do as a foundation, little by little, you start to catch loving kindness, generosity, compassion, empathy. So that kind of thoughts you start to facilitate with your mind. And that way, little by little, it start to change your journey. So if you able to maintain like that way, one thought can change your whole journey of this samsara. So for that, I'm going to tell you a story related to the Buddha's time. There was a woman called Bhadra Kapilani. So the Bhadra Kapilani is the wife of Pippali. The Pippali is the young boy. He became a monk later and called Mahakashyapa. Venerable Mahakashyapa. He attained to the enlightenment and he was the third, the highest seniors monk in the Buddha's time. Venerable Mahakashyapa. And when he was a lay person, as a young boy, and he had very, the wealthy family, and he's the only son in that family. So, and he didn't have any interest to marry. But parents always come and tell, son, it is better you get married. Find a wife. So this people told, I don't want to get married. But the mother start to come and tell, we have so much wealth. Who going to take care of this? So it is better you get married. So then what this boy did, he made a golden statue, a woman, and gave it to mother and told, if you find somebody like this, I'm going to marry. And then the mother thought, oh, it is going to be easy. Then she called his people and told, take this statue and go to the village and everywhere in the country and find like this woman. If you find somebody, bring her. And so these people put it in a cart and start to take it everywhere in the country, place to place, like a caravan. They go carrying this statue, looking for a woman. And then they went to far away or countryside village place. And there were some people, there was a lake and some people having bath. So what they did, they thought, oh, this is a good place to rest. And they put that all the bull carts there, and start to rest. The statue was in that place. So what happened, there were some ladies came and had start to have a conversation with this statue. So these people look, what is going on this here? So then they found out there is a girl exactly like this statue. So that her friends thought she came to this place and they thought this statue is exactly the her and then had the discuss. So then somehow they found the girl and went back and gave to that parents, people is parents, and some that then the marriage happened. And so, and they got married. And then later, the both had the interest to become monk and nun, and they get out of the lay life. So this girl, Bhadra, was so beautiful, like a, the golden statue. And not only that, the hair had the smell like always blue lotus. So nowadays, there are perfumes. Without perfumes, if that our, that's the natural smell, sometimes it's not pleasant. But this girl had the natural smell like a lotus, blue lotus, smell. And how she got that? So one time, in another Buddha's, in the previous life, and happened one incident. So she had a fight with her sister-in-law. While they were fighting, what happened? There was a monk came. And then this Bhadra's sister-in-law came forward and took the ball and then went inside the house and put some food and offered to this monk and told loudly, by the power of these merits, I never want to associate this kind of my sister-in-law, which called Bhadra. I never, in my life, I never want to be like this girl. So that hurt the Bhadra and she got so mad. So what happened? She came and took the ball from the monk and telling, did you hear that this girl, what she told? And she blaming to me and offer the food to you. So with that anger, what she did, she took the ball and went inside the house and throw away all the food and put mud, very smelly mud, to the ball and came and offer, go and eat this. At the same time, what happened when the people came, and then people start to blame, what you doing? This is a monk. Why you, doing this kind of things for a monk? So when the people start to tell that, Bhadra recognized what the mistake she did. So then she was so shocked because she got so mad, angry. And see what she did? This monk didn't do anything, and even that he was an enlightened monk and he didn't say anything, he just accepted the ball. So she got so mad and took the ball and put the mud into it, throwing the food. Now she understood what the mistake she did. See, it is 1 second. When you get angry, that what you do, you don't see. So then what she did? She came forward and apologized from the monk and took the ball and went inside the house and clean it and and wash it, clean it and put all the newly cooking food and everything, and came and with the great respect she offered to the monk. And then incident over. And by the time they died. So then what happened? The next time, in the next life, she born in a millionaire's family. Very beautiful girl. So then, but the thing is, there is a smell come around her. It's like muddy smell. So what happened? There is a millionaire came and another millionaire came and got married to her, but only 1 day she spent her life with him. And everybody in that palace start to complain, what is this smell? What is this smell? And then everybody told, this coming from her. And then the millionaire told, send her back. So she went back. Like that, she got married 7 times. She went with 7 people. But all the 7 times, only 1 day she spent there and came back to home. See, millionaire, she had a lot of money. But the problem is the smell. So what happened? She got tired about this. And then she knew somehow, this is a kind of like a karma. What she did, she collected all the jewelries and made a golden block. And then she heard there was during that time there was a Buddha. That Buddha passed away, and using that Buddha's relics, people building a pagoda. So what she did, she took that golden block and then she took 7 bunches of blue lotus. And with that, she went to the place. And she go around the place and somehow she found a little place that she can place this golden block. And with the great respect to the Buddha and with the very clear mind, she determined herself. It is not a wish. It is not a hope. She determined herself, by the power of this offering. In the sansara till I attain to the Nibbana. So may I be beautiful and may the bad smell go away, and may I gain like this blue lotus flower smell. And with that intention, she offered. So there was the mason boss, who were working that place, and she talked to that person and told, "Oh, brother, can you help me? I want to offer this." That person also helped her, and with a clear intention, one thought, with that, she did it. At that very moment, what happened? The smell disappeared. The bad smell disappeared. And from that day, the blue lotus smell started to come. And then she came back home, and suddenly, when she offered in that very moment, the far away in another place, that millionaire, the first man who married her, and that day suddenly he remembered her and asked from his people, the first lady I bought from that village, that millionaire's daughter, go and see if she is still there, bring her. So then the people went there, and now she don't have any jewelries. Why? Because she put everything and offered to the pagoda. In that time, mostly when you don't have jewelries, you don't go out. That's why in the Eastern countries still, when even baby girl born, the very first thing that mostly grandparents, parents, something little bit, even jewelry or money, they save for when she become a big girl, and giving earrings, so bracelet, so like that. That is something, because without jewelries, mostly they don't go out. So this woman told, I don't have any jewelries anymore. I'm not going to go out. So then what happened? They went back to the millionaire and told she don't have any jewelry, so she don't want to go out. And she told she cannot come back. So what he did? He put all the gold, that whatever he had, full of cart, gold, sent to her and told, tell her to take this, whatever she want, and come back. And then she took that everything, and then she came back. And then they had a very good life. And wherever she go, the blue lotus smell come. So then, and during that time, they used to do the meritorious activities and earn a lot of merits. And after they died, and then later they born during our Buddha's time, and then she became the Bhadra. She's the one who had exactly like the golden statue, like a figure, and the blue lotus smell. See how she got it. And then later, during Buddha's time, and she married to the Pippali, and he and she both then later went to the Buddha and attained to enlightenment. So how she got this, the beautiful figure, and at the same time the smell. So with very clear intention, when you do something, it's going to be with you. And at the same time, remember before that what happened to her. So wherever she goes, always the bad smell. Why that came? So with the anger, when she gave that muddy, bowl to the monk, and that is the reason that she earned that. So then remember, if you have anger, if you have jealousy, hatred, it is normal for us as ordinary people. But in the very moment, what you have to do? Never give anything to anybody. Just completely shut down yourself. Don't give anything. It doesn't matter your husband, wife, or children, parents, or anybody. Don't give. Whatever you give, it's kind of like ashes, and it become kind of like a curse. Don't give don't give any single word when you have anger, hatred, jealousy, like that. Completely be neutral. Shut down. So same like you put into neutral, mute when somebody call, you don't want to answer. So same like when that call come with the anger, hatred, jealousy, put it to neutral. Mute your all actions. Don't do anything. See, this is coming from the Buddha's time. This is what the Dharma. Because once you learn it, you don't do this mistake. Then it's not going to happen to you. So that's what called Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. So whoever follow the Dhamma, protect by the Dhamma. So now you know that. So then whatever you do, you have free life, you can do whatever you want. But remember, when you have greed, hatred, jealousy, anger, never give anything to anybody. Even don't give something to animals to eat. Don't do that. Stop completely. Go and shut down everything. In that very moment, if you can do that way, you have to little bit to see your mind. But in that very moment, if you have the anger, hatred, jealousy, in that very moment, if you can do the loving kindness and build up the loving kindness suddenly and give something, that's going to become greater blessing for you. But whenever you do something, if you want to do something with a very clear intention, do with the loving kindness, with the clear, generous heart, with the compassion, with the wisdom. Do that way. That's going to become a great help for you. Not today, in the samsara. Because we don't know what kind of situations come to us. We already experienced this in life. We don't know what will happen to us. But remember, you are your own creator. So whatever in your mind, it's going to go with you. Through this, all the meditations, the best result, what you're going to get? You're going to see your own mind. What does that mean? When you're angry, you recognize you are angry. When you are disappointed, you recognize you are disappointed. When you have the fear, you recognize you have the fear. When you don't know something, you recognize you don't know it. So that is the best that you can do to yourself. Why? Because this. When you have jealousy, we now see it as generous. When you have hatred, we see nowadays it as a kind of like a loving kindness. We don't know something, we think we know everything. We take it as a wisdom. So that is manipulating the inner system. That's why all the problems come. But when you're able to see your mind, yourself very clearly, and that is where you can take the necessary actions in that very moment, according to that. Not now. You cannot be prepared and get ready for the life. No, you cannot do it. Generally, conventionally, we can get ready for tomorrow. You can make everything and set up everything and it's going to be. But when it comes to deeper real life, you don't know what will happen there. But only thing is that everything going to go through your mind. So then, if you're able to see the mind, keep that clarity, any situation, it's going to be okay for you. So then whenever you have opportunity, do something with the very clear, good heart. It's going to be with you. Like the shadow never leave your body. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi dikayuko bhava. Ittavata cha ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.